Look, I have nothing sour in me. You know what I mean? This city, Mumbai, has given me a lot.
But since in India there's not always as much money and there's not always a theatre that you can rehearse in. Like for example, before the NMACC, there was only the JBT for like an enormous production.
You do mountaineering, motorcycling, anything in life. There's grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4. For me, friendship is the last. Grade 5.
I don't agree that, in this industry we can't have lasting friendships.
Manjari, you can. You are.
Beautiful friendships.
Take 9, 5.
Mansi Parekh.
Okay.
That's...
No, but
I can actually name people. We met as competitors and till date we have been like really close. She's like my sister today.
I think she must be a very amazing person. She is, I know mine.
I think when they...
With Jaane to ya Jaane na, do you think that sometime a film becomes so big in your filmography that anything else you do just stands or just diminishes a little bit in front of it?
My neighbor was very small and my neighbors had this cage with these beautiful cockatoos in the cage, and it was lying in the corner in this very sad place outside their house in the corridor area, and I feel really bad about it. So I quietly took it somewhere, just released the birds, finish. And they never got to know who did it, but yeah. So
Wow.
That's
like-
not a crime. That's
I mean, like,
very nice thing to do.
Get the Nobel
Peace Prize.
Peace Prize. Yeah. I'm not a criminal-minded person, so I've not done any.
That's what all criminals say.
Hi guys, this is Ankita Bhalla. You're tuned to Bollywood Bubble, and today Amit, Manjari and Jim will take me to the Pune Highway ride. And how? Let's begin.
Why do this when you look?
What is the face change happening?
And we are at Bollywood Bubble.
Amit is ready
Amit,
to go
Jim,
give my
and
interview.
Amit, Manjari, and
Yeah, exactly. What happened? Yeah, what happened?
So let's do one thing. That you give my intro. It's really better. I start with that. How about that? Let's do that. Amit, please give my
Do you know those interviews where they're talking to you absolutely normally 1 second before they say roll, and then they say roll and they're like, hi, welcome to... You didn't do that. No, but you know those ones, huh? But she did do a weird thing when she looked at
That
me.
was like, Amit, get the cue. We are starting. Hello, please. It's Ratan. Now can we begin?
Tell me, what's up?
I like it. Tell me what's up. I'll actually start with you.
this is just a glimpse for you. You're now on the Pune Highway.
Okay.
She's a bird.
Can we?
You're not a murderer. Murderer. She's a killer. There's a difference between. So there's a difference between a murderer and a killer. There's a difference between killing and a murder.
Okay. One is premeditated, one is in the heat of the moment. What are you saying?
I mean, she'll have to tell if she was in heat or she was being meditated. She was like
Doing the
killer.
interview here.
I just sorry.
Are you conducting that? You please take this. You're also there.
I apologize. I apologize.
We all apologize.
I apologize on Jim's behalf.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Saw the trailer. Loved it. But it is difficult to have a thriller, especially a murder mystery, where you can actually get hooked onto the screen and without giving away the clues, as you were saying. So what actually gravitated you to the content in the first place? Why you find this?
To be honest, I had no work at that time. And even Manjari also was sitting home. And waiting for a good script. No, on a serious note, Bugs and I have done a film for Z5 called Barrett House.
Yes.
And Manjari and I were in it together. And I remember on the last day of Barrett House, Bugs comes to me and he says, Amit, I will make 5 movies with you. So I thought he's high on emotional. He's just very happy. 20 दिन की फिल्म 15 दिन में इसने खत्म कर दी है तो ये खुश हुआ मैंने कहा ना एक्चुअली सर ऐसे सर बहुत सुना है ना and I literally said this I said sir you're amazing and I learned a lot from you but 5 क्यों देखते हैं so long story short and he offered me this film and I was told the history of this film where it has come from and it was very fascinating and I feel very privileged and proud to be a part of this beautiful team and to be part of this film, which was a play one day earlier, back in the day, and it's like I had to do this film. I had to be a part of this team. You know, the team that has made the team of actors. It's a very beautifully written film. and it has the right quotient of friendship, love, betrayal, murder. Of course, it's a murder mystery. It just has a slice of life. It's set in a very, it's set in a very good setting. So it really intrigued me, and very, very proud of this team, and very, very excited now that we are showcasing this to everyone.
When I was a kid, I lived in this one housing community kind of thing. It wasn't a Parsi Bagh, but I imagine growing up in a Bagh must have a similar vibe to the film. But I grew up in this one community where there were 5 buildings like this in a semicircle, and then there was this like garden area that you could all play in. And so you just waited to be done with school, done with homework, so you could go downstairs and play till as long as you could possibly be out. Pizza parties. If we had all stayed in that community, I think we would have had something like what we have in this film, which is people who become friends in a building and stay friends until they're well into adulthood, have a kind of bond that nothing else can quite get to. It's like when you all live together in college, or you go to a boarding school. There's something that is created by that living together and growing up together through adolescence and figuring out who you are with each other. That is like a very, very tight bond.
And delicate.
Very delicate, very tight, and you know each other like inside and out. You've seen the goods, the bads, the uglies. And I think that's
everywhere, whether and you form a bond, and then there is this place which becomes your adda. I think for Pune Highway is the terrace.
Yeah.
That's like the
place.
The stage.
Yeah.
Manjari, both you and Jim from the theatre world and went to the films. How do you feel when a play is created into a motion picture? Is there a difference on how exactly your emotions go through?
I did theatre for 2 years, but though I did theatre much later. And
Much later, yes.
I did it once when I was 14 years old. That was my first introduction. That's when I completely fell in love with the process of acting. And then I straight went in between 17 and 18 when I did plays. So I think the main difference between, I think the process of an actor is the same pretty much in theatre as well. But the only difference is you are playing to a live audience and you're immediately getting the energies from the audience. And I think Jim will be able to tell you better about that whole theatre experience because I've had less of it. But I think as an actor, it is pretty much the process of the actor is the same. The only thing is you are you have to be slightly louder because you have to reach to the last row of the audience. Here it's like, on film, it's just the slightest of expression gets caught. So less is more. So I think that is the main difference, I would say.
So you mean to say your portrayal of all the less was less? The God knows what.
Just imagine it on stage.
जाने और क्या होगा? दिल मांगे no more.
Jim, will you add on to this?
I love when a play gets converted to a film. Some incredible plays have turned into films, like Equus. Have you watched Equus by any chance? There's a version with Richard Burton. He plays Equus. He plays a psychiatrist in Equus. It's really fantastic.
Fences.
Then Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf also got turned into an incredible film. Again with Richard Burton, actually, and Elizabeth Taylor. Bray. So there's some great play to film adaptations. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead. However, it's also tricky because in the world of a play, a lot happens off stage and is spoken about as opposed to us just seeing what happens off stage, because it's difficult to change locations repeatedly, to have a certain amount of there's limits to what stagecraft can do. Of course, stagecraft can do incredible, amazing things. But since in India there's not always as much money and there's not always a theatre that you can rehearse in. Like, for example, before the NMACC, there was only the JBT for like an enormous production. And the JBT does have certain limitations based on how the stage is built. Like, there are descending platforms and, all the stuff that makes us go, at certain productions. There are those limitations. So what I liked about this is that they really adapted it well for screen. They made alive all of the bits that are otherwise only spoken about on stage, as three friends kind of reminiscing about the past and slowly uncovering what has happened in the past over the course of one evening. Instead, here we see everything leading to that evening. Scary.
The core of the film is friendship. But it's a common norm, or maybe that's how they say in Bollywood. You don't have good friends. You can't make good friends. The friendships don't thrive here. How you look at that?
So I like, it's you do mountaineering, motorcycling, anything in life. There's grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4. I think for me, friendship is the last, grade 5. I think we should start from grade 1, courtesy, mutual respect. I feel that even if you have that, it's a great accomplishment.
Yes.
And look, I have nothing sour in me. You know what I mean? This city, Mumbai, has given me a lot. And what we feel, like what I felt working with, because Jim and Manjari are here. I've done a film with Manjari. This is my first with Jim. I won't say Jim is my best friend. But we've just known each other for 2 years. Maybe after 5 years, he will be. He and I, you know what I mean? But there's mutual respect. I feel sometimes we give over importance to Bollywood, and then just to kind of shun it down, we say Bollywood friendships. We make a movie. In a movie, we come from different thought processes. We come from different places. And it's not necessary that we have to bond. What I stick on, which is most important, even if you don't offer me a friendship, but you offered me courtesy. You saw me when you saw me. For me, this is enough. And the friendship takes time to blossom in its life. So
I don't agree that, in this industry we can't have lasting friendships.
Manjari, you can. You are
Beautiful friendships over last so many spanning years, and they have really blossomed.
take 9, not 5.
Mansi Parekh.
Okay.
That's
No, but
I can actually name people.
is this a friendship based on meeting somebody on a set and then it develops into a friendship? Or did you meet outside of a set?
No, we met in a competitive space. Like we were in Channel V Pop Stars 2 together. And we met as competitors, and till date we have been like really close. She's like my sister today.
I think she must be a very amazing person. She is, I know, man.
I think when I think two people are secure in the same professional space. It's not difficult.
Okay,
It's not
one
difficult.
second.
Okay, the group I worked with, I tell you, I did a film called Warning, and that entire team, I think we still all very close. So yeah.
Close friends.
Yeah, close friends. I would say that, yeah.
Okay.
I can
I think we should do another interview with Manji. What's the definition of friends?
I will not do one with you because it will spiral. We both know that. What's your take? Of course, the one with your...
What?
I'm like, what's your take?
Okay.
And then
Friendship.
on the friendship, Bollywood friendships. Of course, we have seen the lovely interview you did with Lotma.
I feel like if you're to be friends, you will become friends. And it's just that simple. Like, I don't necessarily need it, like what you were saying on a set, to be friends with everyone. Everyone's coming with their own lives, their own full world that's already created. Sometimes you want to leave the work behind and go home to your safe space, where you can just be yourself and you don't have to worry or put out a certain phase because, whatever, any of that stuff. So I don't see it as... Actually, I don't even fully understand the question.
They both of
Sorry, what is the question exactly? Sorry.
So,
Amit, go
The
ahead.
Highway is a great story. It's a great film about friends.
Yeah.
And
We are friends.
we are friends, yes.
We are
And
friends.
and how this friendship blossoms on a terrace,
Yeah.
predominantly. And how this one murder somewhere,
that changes the lives of all these people involved.
Like,
the friends.
friendly and not so
He
friendly.
asked you what exactly the question was. He didn't ask you taboo from the answer.
But what do I feel about Bollywood friendships?
Yes, do they exist or not? Because there is so much spoken about them often.
they can exist.
They're a Bollywood bubble.
I'm going to like definitively can never happen.
But what has been said about them? I don't even know. Has something bad been said?
Can you please?
Is this a hot topic? Bollywood friendships?
No, but we gave you answer. I think you got the answer.
I
And
got
it's
the
again, it's
answer.
a different
Yes,
perspective.
It's a different perspective. Many people feel that the friendships in Bollywood are often only maybe related to a particular project, and after that, people
Now,
dwindle
so
apart.
if you want to elaborate on it, I'll give you an example. A big director gives you work, and now you are friends with him. And next film he doesn't give you work, and now you say he betrayed me. You know what I mean? So that's stupid. That is silly. You know what I mean? So I just feel first of all, it's very important to comprehend and understand the dynamics that you. So for some people, when I say someone's my friend, it's thicker than blood.
Yeah.
For some people, everybody is a friend.
It cannot be put
Like
again down.
you know, like the whole group was her friend. You know, joking.
Some people in the group, like some people in the group were still close, but they
Yeah, but she couldn't name them. She didn't remember the names. But Guru, joking, babu, theek hai. But you understand? So सबका अपना meaning होता है. So some people call everybody a bro. Now you say everybody, but they're not calling you a bro. It's become a slang.
Yes.
So if there are very diminished lines in between. I've been in this industry for 20 years. I won't say they are my friends.
because you never hear.
Hear me out. Hear me out, babu.
Okay.
And that too.
Yeah.
But they've been so nice to me. And then there are some people who, these are experiences in life, right?
Yeah.
So I just feel that just to kind of tag this into like Bollywood doesn't have friendship is because it's an ever going thing. You are growing, your process is growing from one film, you're jumping to the other film. What I can say is it's a mixed bag. There have been people who've been lovely. There have been experiences which have been amazing. And there have been experiences which, like life, have not been amazing. And you can't crib about it. That's
You
it.
can't expect to be friends.
Exactly.
We meet.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to work with people. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. It just matters what happens between action and cut anyway.
Exactly. I've done 2 movies with Manjari now. Can you imagine? I mean, we've done 2. Yeah.
No, Amit, to be friends, you have to be there to meet.
Okay, this was not public.
Catch up.
Can you keep your grievance?
I think we need to do another.
Manjari just needs a outlet for her grievances.
We need to do another interview.
What about in Bollywood journalism? Do you have a lot of friends?
Thanks.
We're doing a common
They're like, are you friends with
We have a doctor cameraman.
We are friends just as we work together, but yes.
His home.
Yeah, that's it.
Also, how many good friends can you have? 4, 5.
Barely 1 or 2, I guess.
Max.
I mean,
That's
how,
bad.
otherwise, how do you show up for them the way that you actually show up for someone who you consider one of your best friends? It's just
It's a
work.
big commitment.
Yeah,
It's a big commitment.
I'm the work in progress.
Can you have 50 friends that you're that close to? Then some won't be as close. It just has to be like that. So I'm very happy with my 4 or 5 friends that I have. They're amazing. They're incredible. And I love meeting new people, and I love talking to the new people.
Jim, I hope you'll give me a chance to be in the 5s. Or you'll put an extension. Waiting list.
Interview. But that's how it's
That's just life. Is.
right? I think when you're younger, you feel you have 35 friends.
Yes.
And as you get older and older, slowly it dwindles and dwindles and dwindles until you have 2, 3, 4.
No, but it's a professional industry. You know what I mean? It's a professional industry which goes and work. And like I said, more than friendship, what values I feel is to be principled, to be disciplined, to be courteous. I think more than friendship, these attributes are more important.
To be relaxed, to have fun with each other, to respect the other person's process, to understand when the person is going through something and needs their space and needs to just be able to express whatever they are in order that once they say action, we can get the best of them.
Yes.
Ideally, that's all I really am looking for on a set. Friendship is added bonus. But if they give me this much, that's perfect.
Manjari, with Jaane to Ya Jaane Na, till date, I think that's one film of yours which always circles back whenever it comes to your filmography.
Yeah.
Do you think that sometime a film becomes so big in your filmography that anything else you do just stands or just diminishes a little bit in front of it?
See, sometimes some films do so well that like everybody has seen it, while I have done so much work in the industry which not everyone has seen all of it. So yes, they do connect me with Jaane To because that became like everybody has seen it. But Borrowed House, like whoever has seen it has absolutely loved it. So yeah, I mean, I think that's natural to happen. If you see any of the actors, like, the first few names of films that they have done will be just a few, while they might have done many other films. So I think similarly. So yeah, I mean, it's stuck with me, Meghna. But I really like them to see me more than that.
Is Pigeon out?
Pigeon is not out yet, no.
What are you doing in the...
Well, later, whenever that's releasing, I'll talk about it.
Jim, are you aware of the conversation that there are so many people who want to see you essay the role of late Ratan Tata? If any of the work is done. After his demise, there was a long elaborated thread on Reddit, Twitter, everywhere, and they somehow associated you that you would be the best choice to play it.
That would be great.
Would you be okay to embody that on screen?
Yes, I would be.
I want to hear the reaction on that because I've been reading about it and it's like so many similarities you see. So.
Yeah, I saw pictures of him when he was young. There is a vague similarity. Yeah, I'd love to play. It would be a great role.
Is there a role you're waiting to play?
No, I never claimed that. And if you ask me, with all honesty, Jim should do that role. I mean, it's not even come to me.
100%.
Jim should do that role and he'll be amazing in it.
I remember seeing a lot of posts also.
If I was just producer, I'll put my money on him.
Yeah, you were right. There were so many posts. They were literally his pictures placed alongside Mr. Tata. And I think people had already given their verdict that they would like to see you in the place.
Let's see.
Amit, you said that recently, I believe opportunities should stem from merit and not affiliations.
Yeah, I have a point.
You have a point. But that point became a good discussion.
I'm glad. That's the whole thing of...
Making points.
Exactly. A point to be noted, my lord.
Lastly, on a fun note, tell me one crime you're guilty of with your friends, like something बचपन में कोई छोटी सी गलती छुपाई, कोई ऐसी गलती करी. He just told me this very fun incident of that bike thing once upon a time that you took the bike and rode all the way in the young
वो friend की नहीं थी, father की थी.
father की थी. But ऐसा कोई और ऐसा incident है?
बहुत पिटाई हुई थी.
पिटाई हुई थी. दोस्तों के साथ कोई ऐसी खुरापात करी है?
My neighbor was very small, and my neighbors had this cage with these beautiful cockatoos in the cage, and it was lying in the corner in this very sad place outside their house in the corridor area. And I used to feel really bad about it. So I quietly took it somewhere, just released the bird, finish. And they never got to know who did it, but yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's not a crime. That's a nice thing to do.
To get the Nobel
Peace Prize.
Peace Prize, yeah.
But fun crime with friends. That's such a nice thing to do.
That's why you have so many friends.
Owned the birds, you know.
Mud forest officer.
Yes.
Manjari. Cockatoos. When I lived in Sydney, we used to have these trees at the back, these acacia trees, and the cockatoos used to show up at sunset and screech. So there used to be 50 of them because there were about 15 of these trees, and they'd all get on there. They love to eat the nuts. And they would screech like crazy. It used to sound like a cacophony in the evening. So, yeah, cockatoos, I hear of... and they look quite... when the frill goes up and they start screeching, they really... You get this image of a dinosaur. Just a tiny dinosaur. It's pretty amazing. Amazing birds.
What do? You kill the few?
No, you can't. You don't. Not at all. But they used to get all these animals. Parakeets, cockatoos, kookaburras.
Where's the crime?
Have you... Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I thought...
No, there was no crime.
Something happened there. I was waiting for...
Oh, I think we threw a lot of stones into the neighbor's yard once. Many stones, yeah.
Not releasing them.
Hey, you were doing a good deed.
Tea is a good deed. I mean...
Technically, I was taking someone else's property and releasing it. I mean, if you look at it that way, so yeah, Well, I was very proud of it. I had no problems doing it.
Why don't we get to see that gentleness of yours in movies and in in life? Why don't we get to see?
I guess we'll have to illegally keep birds.
Yeah, we got me. Okay, that's a crime.
Let's not. Me?
Yeah, you already answered.
Oh.
She did.
Yeah.
I answered for you, but you tell me. No, but you please too. Because that's the father thing. Now what's happening with friends if you have that?
That's the birds thing.
No, not any of the basic, but any khilafat with those.
I'm not a criminal minded person, so I've not done any
That's what all criminals say.
crime. But I'll definitely say that there's a big mystery in Pune Highway, and I really hope people come to watch our film and figure themselves what this is all about.
Everyone's looking pretty intense.
Yeah. It's like quite scary actually.
It's probably the cop.
But thank you guys. I've got.
He's intrigued.
I am. I did get intrigued.
No, but you're saying the cop is intrigued.
The cop is quite intrigued.
Thank you, God bless.
Sorry. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Because I was getting a look from.
You're getting the eyes.
No. Like time is up. The other people say like, I'm like, thank you guys for the conversation. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.